Dude,
You never are.
I'm
You
not
never
ready.
are. You never are. That's all right. Oh, they say now Devon's ready.
Oh,
I
hi.
can't. You
Can
know
you
what?
see me now?
I can't. No, I can't because my daughter had my glasses, and she had nuggets with sauce, so it's all over my glasses. So I can't. Yeah,
You
she had
got
barbecue
nuggies
sauce.
for glasses. All right. Yeah.
Nuggy glassies.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
great.
Nuggy
What kind of sauce? Is it like barbecue smeared on
Barbecue.
there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
All right.
That's good. No ranch. It's a little
I was gonna say if it was the Midwest, it'd be ranch, but yeah, we don't
Yeah.
have to worry about that.
Well, if it was my daughter, it's barbecue. But if it's me anywhere, it would be ranch.
Okay. All right.
I love ranch.
All right. Good to
All
know.
right.
Good to know. Sebastian, what's up, man? How you doing? This is Table
Sebastian.
Talk. This is number 76 already? Or 77? I don't know. I lose count. I probably should keep track of that. I am Bo Lightning. Lindsay, how are you?
Doing great. I'm doing so good.
Excellent. And Devon, how are you? We're catching you before your nap today.
Yes, yes. I'm gonna take me a nice edible and then go to bed after this.
And you haven't already done it.
No, not yet. Sometimes I do before the show. You know.
I
Oh,
know.
we
You
know.
see in your eyes. You're like,
We know.
The last time I
Yeah.
did it, Lindsay called me out. I couldn't see my eyes. It's like Devon, open your damn eyes. I'm like, they are open.
Like-
Devon, sit up, Devon.
you're girling.
And we get it. We absolutely get it. Well, don't want to take too much time making our guest wait for us. I was first introduced to him back in Lucha Underground as Prince Puma. Of course, NXT. He has skyrocketed under the name Ricochet. He's on the main roster now. And dare I say, he steals the show each and every single week on Monday Night Raw. Welcome, the one and only Ricochet. How are you, sir?
Ricochet.
What's up, guys?
What's
I'm
up,
doing
man?
great. Doing really good, actually. I had some media this morning at 11 to like 12:30 or something. So today's been a good media day for me, actually, which is good because it's something that I was talking during one of the questions. It's like that's before obviously the quarantine and corona and all that stuff. I was doing specifically a lot of like media and interviews and like talk shows and all this stuff. So it's kind of cool. It's nice to have it coming back.
Absolutely. Now I have to ask you something. When did you recently switch to jeans in the ring? Is that different from like the normal wrestling getup that you wore for years?
Yeah, it's just basically I just stripped away all the. It's like all the not flash. I don't want to say flash, but it's just more. I kind of set a goal. And kind of like in Japan, like all the new kids, they start out with black boots, black trunks. That's all you get. You know what I mean? You got to work your way up to get in gear, basically, kind of thing. And so it's kind of a mental. It's like a mental. But I feel like at the same time, I feel like in the ring, I'm more direct. I'm going to come at you straight. So I'm more in a mental state of like, I'm here in the ring for like business. You know what I mean?
Okay. All right.
So like I'm here to fight. I'm here to fight. You know what I mean?
All
I'm here to work.
You're not gonna like throw on some tie-dye and overalls anytime soon, are you?
I mean, if the time
I
calls
would have
for
you
it,
listen. I would have you as a Dudley any day.
if the time calls for it, brother.
Testify. You know, if I would have had you as my tag team partner from the get-go, I'd probably still be wrestling.
We still be doing.
Still
We
be
figure out
going.
some cool. We figure out something.
Now, would you still be getting the tables, or would you make Ricochet get the tables?
No, I'd get it because
Okay.
you know you got to think about it.
Hey, that's
Devon,
a pop. Yeah, that's a pop.
Yeah,
man.
Devon.
Every time you get a table,
get the
people are like,
tables. Yeah, I like it because my name is being said and I'm still being
course.
relevant. So
You pulling at the table. They always remember you pulling out the table.
yeah, they don't remember. They don't remember Bubba pushing me going, Devon, get the tables. They remember the name. Wait, I've heard that name before, Devon. I know that name. You know, it's like
Tables.
it's like when we were on the road and we would ride down we were in a car driving to the next town or what have you, get to a town, and it was like hot girls walking. So Bubba would roll down the window, and go, Bubba, and I'd be like, why would you do that? That is so rude. He goes, because you got to think about it. If they've never heard Bubba before, and I finally meet them, they'll know they heard that name somewhere before. So
What a weirdo.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. I understand.
I get it. Yeah. So
What a weirdo.
so I just went. You got a point there. I can't argue with him on that.
That's great. What a logic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Ricochet, do you remember the first time you met Devon?
No.
I do. I actually
Well,
remember it was at WrestleMania. I'm gonna say when you guys came to visit because my sons had met you before
yeah.
me, the twins,
Yep.
and they had told me they said Ricochet's coming up there. Now I've heard the name. It's like the Bubba thing, Bubba. I heard Ricochet before, but I had never met you until that day, and I had heard about the way you wrestled and how you were in that ring with the flying and all of that and blah blah blah. And some people said that your style was very similar to the Dynamite Kid, Tiger Mask, those
Yeah.
guys. And I just went, wow. So when I first saw you, I was just like, wow, they weren't lying. I mean, if the new fans in the new generation didn't have the opportunity to see a Dynamite Kid or a Tiger Mask, and I'm not just saying this because you're on the show, I'm
Yeah.
telling you because it's the truth. You do exactly what those
Thank you.
guys did back then, and it's amazing
No.
to watch you
Thank
work.
you.
Listen, for you, I
No, that
remember.
they were the ones that they are even now, like the stuff that they were doing just is way beyond its time. It's crazy.
Unbelievable. I was watching the Dynamite Kid not documentary,
Yeah.
but the behind the what was it? What's that new thing? What's that thing they got out with the stories? Mo, you've been watching it.
The Untold or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they had
Um.
it on the Dynamite Kid, and just
Yeah.
it was just the way that these guys they were so far ahead of their time that
Yeah.
even today, when you look at those matches, the things that they were doing was still relevant today.
For sure.
It's just amazing the clinic that those two wrestlers put on during that time and how Dynamite and Tiger Mask helped make wrestling what it is today. I mean, we the guys from ECW love to say that we helped spark the Attitude Era, which is true. But
Oh, for
those
sure.
but those two, Dark Side of Wrestling, thank you. But those two actually made wrestling with the acrobatic stuff that you see now is because of those guys. It really is.
Yeah.
It's a testament.
Transcendent. Yeah. They're great, man.
They really
It's
did, and I
crazy.
remember. I remember when I first had your match. I was blown. I'm on headset calling
Oh,
into the truck, and I got yelled at in a sense. Not yelled at, but I get Devon. Is this your match? And I'm like, yeah, because I'm watching you guys in there, and you're putting on such a clinic. It was so mesmerizing. I was just like, wow, this is incredible. You guys are really getting over it. And I'm not just I'm not just telling you because you
thank
and
you.
I are friends or I've had your matches, but I'm just telling you because it's the truth.
But I mean, it's kind of easy nowadays because, like, it is like everybody is good. Everybody is, whether you're in there with Ali or Cedric or Drew or whomever it is,
Hmm.
Bobby Lashley. I'm trying to think, like anybody, they're all just good. Everybody's so good. So it's like, actually, there's a lot of stuff, whether it's Raw or SmackDown or NXT or main event or wherever, like everybody's putting out really, really good material. So it's that's something that's really cool to see today.
Well, I was just happy, and again, I want to thank you and Ali because when I came back from my stroke and I
Yeah.
came back to work, I'm nervous. It was like the first time I had ever been
Yeah.
back on a headset again,
I
and
believe it.
I'm just like, oh God, what do I do? And I had Ali and Ricochet's match on main event, and you talk about a clinic, you talk about Tiger and Dynamite Part Two. That was it right there. I
Thank
mean,
you.
they did we did I think three of those matches. Two
Yeah.
of them we did two, and then you did the whole main event match, the whole main event show where you guys had like three or four segments
Yeah.
in the one, and I'm nervous as hell because I'm like, this is the first time I've been back from my stroke. How am I gonna keep up with these
I get
guys?
all this. Oh, this is
Get all this
yeah.
stuff started. I remember going back to them and asking them like seven times. So I know you just told me, but what did you say again? Just tell me one more time so I have it. And I was expecting one of them to give me a drop kick and drop me into the wall or something. Like, God damn it, Devon, I told you already. Shit.
No,
But no, but
no,
it
no.
was great, man.
It's great.
And if any of the fans out there that are watching this table talk, if you get an opportunity to go and see the main event
Yeah.
um, matches that him and Ali put on, him meaning Ricochet, you need to watch it. It was so good, so damn good, and I can't begin to thank you enough, Ricochet,
No,
for
that's
having those matches.
that was our goal. Our goal was to get more eyes on main event, to have more people watch what they think is like not a good show or whatever. I don't know why they think, but we're like, no, if you guys just actually watch it, not only us, but we have a lot of people who go on there weekly and put on
Hmm.
really, really good matches. So that was one thing for us. Like, let's go out there and let's just crush it and then just show everybody, like, sometimes not the best matches are on Raw or SmackDown or NXT. Sometimes you gotta, we're here too.
Well, you're not going to say it, but I will. A lot of times I just feel that main event, that show main event that comes on right before Monday Night Raw, a lot of times the office, if you want to say it, don't want these guys to go out there and to do too much. And I'm like, let them go out there and do their thing. And that was the one thing I was very happy about with you and Ali is that they let you go out there
Yeah.
and do what you wanted to do.
Yeah,
And that was great. And this is what happens when you do that. I mean, again, you got to have the rope to pull it back a little bit if things get out of control with some people.
for sure.
But for the majority of the time, let them go. Let them do
Yeah.
it. That's what you got them for. That's why they're there.
That's what we always say. Like, just give us a chance to show you at least,
Mhm.
and then let us do it, and then we can go through and you can see things you like, you don't like,
Right.
and then we can go through and we can and so they let us do that for the most part, and that was really fun little couple weeks for sure.
Unbelievable. I remember after that, I went to the powers that be that gives us our producers assignments. I said, listen, I'll have main event anytime over
And that's
Monday
the
Night
thing, yeah.
Raw.
Like everybody, whether it's like a Gulak or Mansoor, now like I think Retribution's been on it more. Lucha House Party was on it. They've been doing like Jeff Hardy and Jinder
Yeah.
Mahal, and like they've been having a lot of people on it, which I think is great. And if not everybody has a match on Raw, and everybody has TV time, so it kind of gives everybody something to do and look forward to, and kind of get in there and still hone your skills in and stuff.
Now, Rick, where did you start? Where did your career start? Who trained you?
Like I said, my career started in Brookport, Illinois, which is
Woo!
like
Illinois.
It's as far south Illinois as it gets.
Yeah, as you can
Like
tell,
right across the bridge is where I lived. I lived in Paducah, Kentucky. So like right across the bridge was like Paducah, Kentucky.
Close to Metropolis.
Yeah,
right?
it was Metropolis and Brookport. If you go through Brookport, you get to
wait,
Metropolis.
hold on, Metropolis? You mean
Yeah,
like Superman?
Metropolis.
Yeah.
Like
They have a
Superman
whole
Metropolis?
statue.
Yeah.
And they
I
have a
had
whole
no
museum.
idea that was a real place.
Lois Lane and everything.
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah,
I
It's
had
actually
no
it's
idea.
great.
it's pretty cool.
That's where I started.
They don't
My-
invite villains to Metropolis, Yvonne. That's
Oh,
why.
my friend,
Yeah.
Well,
Mikey,
I bet Bubba never went.
no, you should go. They have like it's like an attraction. People all the time come and see this. Like this, like a huge, maybe 20, 30-foot Superman.
Mhm.
He's like
Wow.
standing there.
Yeah, it's pretty
They got
cool.
like museums. It's actually cool. But that's where I trained. Me and my buddy, his dad knew a guy who owned a grocery store, which one of the bag boys worked at. And he was like a wrestler in his like backyard company. And so we went to a show one day, and they asked us afterwards if we wanted to like get in the ring and just play around. We're like, of course. We got in the ring, and then they asked us if we wanted to train because they were only like, if I was 14, they had to be 16, 17, 18. They weren't much older than us. So they asked if we wanted to train. We're like, yeah, sure. And like they actually went to like schools, a training school somewhere. I don't even remember where it was at, but I just know there were no training schools near us. So we're like, yeah, sure. So they basically just taught us what they knew from the other place, basically. And then so we started training, and then I think I had my first match in like October of 2003.
Okay.
Yeah, that was my
All
first
right.
match. So we trained and then I don't know how long, and then I had my first match. It was actually in the backyard, and it was like the only backyard match, official match that I had, because like the next time we had a match or a show, we had like the local gymnasium. So it was like we had the local gymnasium, and since then we used that. And then, but yeah, okay, a place called Chaos Pro Wrestling, CPW.
Nice.
Chaos Pro Wrestling. Okay.
Yeah. And I
All
will
right.
say, dude, we was doing some pretty cool stuff for how early it was. Like we were doing some crazy. I went back and watched my first match. My friend has it on film, and I was like, "Oh, this is about to be rough." And although it was horrible, like the structure was horrible, but we were doing some cool stuff for some like 14-year-old kids. We were killing it. We were doing great.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember my first match. I thought I was the Black Hulk Hogan. Out there doing this, hulking up.
That's great. Yeah, we would
That's
just.
great.
I wore like this blue South Pole shirt. Remember the brand South
Yes,
Pole?
I remember that. Yeah.
Then I wore just like some jeans and maybe some like white shacks from Walmart or something. That was my wrestling gear.
So the jeans had
So
always
it's
been
all
a part
full
of your
circle.
career.
We're back
Yeah.
to jeans, baby.
Yeah,
I'm about to
sounds
say,
cool.
wow.
Circle, baby.
Now, we mentioned the Dynamite Kid and Tiger Mask. Were they your favorite, or did you have others that were your favorite that
Well,
they just?
I mean, since I can remember, The Rock has always been my favorite. But obviously, watching your Rey Mysterios, your cruiserweights, Juventudes, you know what I mean, Blitzkrieg, you know, watching those guys, and then
I thought
once
I was the only one that remembered Blitzkrieg. Thank you
Oh
for
no,
that.
dude,
Thank
he
you.
wasn't like the best wrestler in the world, but he did some cool stuff.
Oh
You know,
yeah.
when I was a kid, I'm like, whoa. But then so like, then obviously when I started wrestling, I really, it was AJ Styles, who was always just like the most athletic person anywhere he went. He was just that most athletic person in the building. Then you had like Evan Bourne or Matt Sydal at the time, who was like so clean and crisp. Everything he did was so like he was just so clean with his flips and his kicks and stuff. And then you had like Amazing Red, who was like the smaller guy who was doing the cool, quick stuff and doing like the speedy stuff. And so he was someone I looked up to because obviously he's just a legend. And then like Jack Evans, who was doing like the most insane flips and anyone off of cages and off of ladders and off of Roderick Strong's head and stuff. So he was like, so I kind of took aspects of all those guys, like the athleticism and the clean crispness and like the crazy flips, and then like the little guy, like quick stuff, and just tried to mold them all into like a one package. And then take a little sudden like The Rock like stuff in the ring, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I tried to just took all my favorites and just took stuff from them and tried to make it my own somehow.
Nice.
Now,
Nice. Hey,
any-
Devon, before you go on, I wanted to show you that's the
Yeah, see?
that's a
Oh.
statue right there.
oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, it's
Now,
a very
hold on.
large statue.
Go back to the picture, please.
All right.
Is that Lindsay underneath?
No, it's not
Oh,
Lindsay.
me.
Oh,
I did
okay.
actually try to go through her Twitter real quick to try to find her picture, but I couldn't find it. So
Is it even up there?
I don't know, maybe.
Mm.
Yeah.
Was
I tried
I
to
even
find-
there?
Yeah, Rico, Lindsay is a Supergirl cosplayer, so you know.
There is a picture floating around of Supergirl under that big statue.
I like Kara. Kara's
Yeah.
cool with me.
Yeah.
I like Kara and Clark, so.
Yeah. Yeah,
now
cool.
you have a son, right, Ricochet?
Yep.
Now is he the only child that you have?
Yep.
And the next question I'm going to ask is, do you want him, or would you like him to follow in your footsteps? Because I know as me, I didn't want my boys getting into it at all.
Not that I like want it or don't want it.
Right.
He actually like before again the quarantine and stuff. He started like wrestling for his local school. Like his school was like he was like doing like collegiate wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, that's the sport you picked? Like, that's like the least popular, most difficult, like, less, like, recognition.
Yeah.
Sport. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you didn't pick basketball or, like, football or baseball. Like,
What the cool
wrestling.
kids were playing. Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't pick wrestling. Because
To be the Friday night hero.
It's so hard. I don't know. It's a hard sport if you continue to do it.
It really is.
All my friends who's done it, like cutting weight and like doing this stuff, they said it's the worst.
Mhm.
But he picked it, and he was actually not bad. Even like his coaches were giving him really good. Like so, maybe that's something. Maybe because he sees that I'm a wrestler, and so maybe he thinks, you know what I mean. So I think that's great. But if he was like in like an art class or something, I would be like, as long as you just want to be the best artist in your class, like or
Right.
the best wrestler or the best, I don't know, whatever you want to be, bro. Like just as long as like. I just want to help you do that.
That's
You know what I
cool.
mean?
That's cool.
Not the best.
Yeah.
Awesome. Got a question from Dylan here. See if this is correct. He says, "You're the man. Love that you're an Eagles fan. What's your prediction for their record this season?"
Ricochet, you and I were good until I heard that.
I wouldn't mind 7-10. It's a whole new squad. It's a brand new coach. It's everybody's new. I'm hoping we go more than 7. I hope we go like 10-7. That's what I'm hoping. I want to say
Listen,
10-7. But
your team is better than mine. Mine's the New York Jets. So
no, I mean, I think we were definitely, if not the worst team in the NFL last season,
no, I think the
top
Jets
bottom
were.
2 or 3.
Yeah, I think the Jets were number one. I think they were the worst.
We were number 2 then, which is worse because we're the second loser. We're not even good enough to be we can't even be the worst. We got to be, you know what I mean? But
That's so funny.
no, I'm hoping nothing but positivity, and I hope we can just coincide and get it going.
Yeah,
Sixers been great though, so Sixers.
I've been asking for the Jets to do that for years, and every year they've been disappointing me.
Yeah, we got a Super Bowl.
Listen, every team. I mean, I'm from New York. I'm from Brooklyn, so every team, the Knicks, we always came short when Michael Jordan played. You know, the Knicks, that was their nemesis. That Chicago Bulls, New York Knicks
But you
rivalry.
had the Giants with Eli for a little bit.
Yeah, we did, but I was a Jet fan.
But
You know, so
yeah.
and see, in New York, you were either a Jet or a Giants fan.
I could only imagine.
And if the Jets didn't make it, of course you cheered on the Giants, but you couldn't help fill that void
But
because
you really wanted the Jets.
you really wanted the Jets.
Yeah.
You really wanted the Jets, and the only like soothing point of it was when the Jets played the Giants, and the Jets got lucky and beat the Giants, and we were like, yeah, our team is better, but they really sucked. So it's all right.
Ooh. But yeah, hopefully we do good. I'm hoping at least.
You never
That's
know.
good.
You never know. I mean,
it's hard with the Eagles because you're like, oh, they're gonna suck, and then they win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, we're gonna do good, and they're like, oh, we're the worst team. What is happening?
yeah, I get that. I was born and raised around Cleveland, Ohio, so I was born to be a Browns fan. So trust me, it's a long life.
They might be on there. They seem like they're on the right trajectory.
Finally, yeah. It took a while, a couple decades.
Now, Ricochet, this Sunday is Hell in a Cell.
Mm-hmm.
2 questions. Do you have a match coming up in Hell in a Cell? And if so, you know, how do you feel about that going into Hell in a Cell?
I personally, because I'm mostly just focused on Shamo right now. I'm focused on Sheamus. His face is broken right now. I don't think that they're going to be able to let him compete. So I'm interested. I'm interested in watching, seeing what plays out, so I can see the field. But right now, like, I'm focused on Shamo. So like, I got no match on Hell in a Cell. Like I said, unless Shamo wants to get slapped up a little bit, but I don't think.
Well, the one question I'm going to put you on the spot here. That I know, who do you got for Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre? Who you think is going to come out?
That's what I'm interested in. Like I said, because this is going to Drew's got to show up. It's his last chance. As long as Bobby's champion, so it's his last chance, so he's got to show up. But it's hard to bet again. And I've been in the ring with both these guys, and they both hurt.
I was gonna say are scary.
Yeah. They both are scary dudes. But I'm interested to see. And now, like, I don't know. I know P's gonna be around the corner with something. You know, he's gonna have something up his sleeve. Always does. But I'm interested in seeing that match. But I mean, it's hard to root against Bobby when he's got so many people helping him out, and Drew's just out there by himself.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, you know, you got MVP.
Well, he's done it before. He showed he can do it before.
Well, I mean, again, like you said, he's the only one out there, so it's hard.
Yep.
You know, so I mean, and with MVP lurking around, you just never know what could happen. And even though Cedric and Shelton is no longer with them, I still think that MVP still got them in the back of his pocket, ready to put it on if he has to.
No way.
Yeah, I don't think so either. And if you know MVP, you know he's got a card underneath his sleeve.
But I'm interested.
Good. And what's going on with you and like in terms of us going back on the road? How do you feel about that?
Oh, dude, I'm so pumped. I am so excited. It's I actually do miss, especially when we were on the road before. I had like a whole schedule and regimen when I was on the road, so it was really cool. But honestly, just missing the electricity from the live crowd. That's the energy from the live crowd, especially all of us, someone like me, but all of us really feed off that live crowd. All of us draw energy from them as much as they draw from us. We really do feed off of them. So they and I said, nothing against the Thunderdome. Thunderdome has been great, and it's helped us still put out product for the people who love to watch, and it's been cool. The having the virtual fans still somehow being able to be a part of the experience is really cool. But anyone who's ever been to an actual wrestling event will tell you, like, it's the being there. It's like being at like a party. You know what I mean? Just a
It's a different atmosphere.
20,000 fan party.
Yeah.
And July 16th starts it all. We go back on the
It's gonna
road.
be the biggest party of the summer.
Absolutely. Fans are back in the arenas. We're going to have a good time again, interacting and putting on shows and things like
And
that.
I'm actually excited that SummerSlam's on like a Saturday.
Yeah.
Because they've all, you know, they always say like the biggest party of the summer, but they have it on Sunday. I'm like, no, we got to work for it.
Back to work, back to school for a lot of
Yeah.
people.
School, back to, so it's like I think it being on a Saturday is a great idea. I think and it makes SummerSlam a little different than the rest of them too. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I think especially this year, it's going to feel, I think, more like a WrestleMania because of past events. You know what I mean?
Right.
The
Now, if we
energy.
could have had Robert James full of people, obviously, but I think this is going to be cool. I'm excited.
People
And
have been
I've
waiting
really been to Las Vegas, so
a year and a half to let loose finally. And
Absolutely.
Yeah.
people already feel free to let loose at wrestling shows, but now it's like you said, it's going to be amped up. So
Absolutely. So SummerSlam will take place Saturday, August 21st, live from Las Vegas, Nevada. I mean, we're all looking forward to it. And at the Legion Arena. And, you know, of course, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas for some of us. But
I never
we'll
been to
see.
Vegas.
Well, let me tell you something. It's going to be a happening. You ever see The Hangover?
I have,
Okay, well, I'm going to let you know right
but
now.
I'm a big gambler or like drink partier.
you can
I
still
like
like,
to
I
I,
feel like
I'm the same way, and I love Vegas.
Shows and the magic shows and the Cirque du Soleil shows
Yeah.
and the singing shows and
The people watching
the people watching.
and the food, my
Endless.
friend.
endless.
So no, I'm excited. I want to do that zip line thing they got where you can like zip
Oh,
line
yeah,
across the
yeah.
thing.
Yeah,
Wanna do
yeah.
that?
No, thank you.
Absolutely.
He said
Well, I tell you what.
Mhm.
Hey,
I'll watch
Trey,
it.
I tell you what, Rick, me and you both do that. How about that?
Let's go. I'll pay for it. Let's
That's
go.
awesome.
And just as long as you
I'll
don't
take
video,
pictures.
just as long as you don't video me and show it to Lindsay and Mo because
We
they
gotta
will-
have a video. We
We'll
Yeah,
be
but-
there.
Yeah, I'll be there. I'll
It
be
will
there.
be there,
I'll
yeah.
see it live in
But with the
person.
zip line, I might scream, so I don't want them to have
I'll definitely be
footage
there.
There's going to be a stream. There's going to be a bunch of people trying to scatter because he's peeing himself across
We're gonna-
across the strip.
That'd be so great.
If I could rewind a little bit real quick, talk about live crowds and whatnot. I was very fortunate to have been able to see multiple Lucha Underground matches live. I was there, part of the temple, when you were champion. And one of my all-time favorite wrestling experiences was going to the TV taping of you and Johnny Mundo in the gauntlet, not the gauntlet match, but the Iron Man match that lasted the
Oh, you were there
entire
for that.
show.
Oh, awesome.
And one thing I like about this is, to me, it was realistic, because at one point the heel Johnny Mundo had the lead and just starts running away from you.
Me?
Not that he was scared, but he was going to
He's
try
like,
to
"Hey,
kill
it's
like
3.
20
I'm
minutes
up
of
1.
time.
We got
Yeah.
3 minutes left. I'm running.
Yeah, I thought that was brilliant, because that to me seemed like that was a real heel move right there.
Yeah.
Did you have like a creative control of the character and your matches back then?
Oh, I mean, the character was the Prince Puma character was their specific character. Like I didn't have anything to do with that, so I was just playing their character.
Right. Okay.
You know what I mean? But as far as the match and the style of the match and the structure of the match and everything we wanted to do, like that was all us. Me and Mundo, that was all from us. That was actually his idea specifically. That him running away was his idea specifically. But yeah, we got to the whole thing. We got to do a lot of the. We got to put in a lot of input on that stuff, which was I think shine through, and it was just a crazy time, man, because it was so new. So we were also out there to try to like prove a point or something. But we were really, and so I think it showed through, and I think we were onto something. I think stylistically it was cool. The way the vignettes were shot was cool. I think we were really onto something. It was cool.
Okay.
I loved it. It was over the top, but it was theatrical, which to me is what wrestling should be.
The characters
I loved
were
it.
still crazy. Yeah. Like
you would have fit in, Devon.
King
I don't know about the
Cuernos.
lucha. Ooh, I don't know if I can do that style.
No,
Listen,
we
I
could
was
leave on in
scared.
there.
Yeah.
Listen, you know how long it took me to learn how to do the "What's up" without screaming?
We could,
What up? Everybody thought I was doing "What up." I was screaming. No, I don't want to jump. I was scared to death of heights, man. And like
Why
I said,
not?
I would never hang with Jeff Hardy again in the air. Oh my
Yeah,
God. Oh my
just
God.
hanging up there.
Just hanging up there, and he was kicking me, and the ladder, like I tell the story all the time, the ladder hadn't been moved.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, Jeff, what are you doing? And he's like in his own world, and he's just kicking me. And I'm like, Jeff, please stop kicking me. If you ever loved me, you will stop kicking me now. The ladder is not moved. And I'm screaming at Edge, Edge, please move the goddamn ladder. And he's like, relax, Devon. I go, you got me up here with a crazy nutcase. Get me the goddamn ladder.
I can only imagine like those because I remember watching them. So it's like, man, and it was like obviously new at the time. Now like,
Right.
we've seen so many and done so many.
Right.
It's kind of like we kind of understand it now, but back then it was kind of just learning it.
Right. And I remember like
It had to
people are saying, people still talk about those matches today. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
with the way that the new generation, the way you guys do things now, to me, it just blows away what we did back then. And what I mean by that is what you guys do now is like it's incredible. What you guys do, these TLC matches, stuff like that. So I'm not taking or discrediting anything that we did back then.
Oh,
Because
no,
like you said,
y'all
it
the
was
reason we
new.
do it.
Right. It was new and it was innovative, and nobody had ever seen it before. Just like the ladder match between Shawn Michaels and Scott Hall. When that came out, we've had tons of matches with the ladder matches, after that. But yet that one still stands out to everybody because it was the first time that it had been ever
But the
seen.
crazy like multi-man ladder match.
Yeah.
We never really seen that before.
And you won't, and I won't be in that match. No.
I'll probably be in it.
Because you have to have a certain mind frame to want to be hit with a ladder and a chair and a table. I'm sorry.
But it's
you
weird
just can't
because
go in
all
there.
of my in those matches are like the war games matches and stuff like that. Those matches, all the ideas that I get, I got an idea, but it's like I could take this or I could go into the ladder this way. Like it's not like I'm gonna do this to you. It's like I could take this move. It's weird. I don't know why those were my first ideas.
My least favorite was the ladder. I hated the ladder because of number one, heights, and number two, no matter how I protect myself, when they took that ladder and rammed it in you, it would hurt. It's gonna hurt.
Your
It hurts.
arms, your
Yeah.
shoulders, your head.
I mean,
something's gonna be like
the bone right there. Like I remember, I used to try to protect myself all the time, and of course, Jeff grabbing the ladder, and he would go to throw it at me, and I'm sitting up there, going, no, and that the corner of that ladder would hit right that bone, and you're just screaming in agony, and somebody's like, "Oh, it's all fake. Don't worry about it. They're not really hurt." I turn around and screw you.
Remember how Brett would take the front? Like he would take
that turnbuckle. Yes,
but you don't see that nowadays. I'm like, because it hurts.
It hurt. Yeah.
There's a reason.
Like at least like with your back, like you can like brace a little bit and take it. Like it's still gonna suck, but you can brace harder. Like going frontwards into it, you're like, and then your chest hurts and your heart hurts, and you're like, ooh, that sucks.
And the way he took it was it was incredible. I mean, every time we saw it, especially me as a kid, I was like, oh my God, he's running.
And he just stops. Boom, stops.
Yeah. Oh.
And that's why I was like, man, if they only knew, like he got a little bitty pad there, but you got to think. It's not like they have new pads every time. It's the pad they've had for years, so that pad's going down. It's not like it's a good soft pad.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
It's like sleeping on a pillow.
Yeah.
Speaking of multi-man matches, we're trying to get Devon entered into next year's Royal Rumble. What do you think?
Why not?
Yeah.
You know what, Ricochet? I would love to do it,
You
but
got a
the
couple
hurdle.
months, though.
He's never been in a Royal Rumble.
Never been in the Royal Rumble, because every time the Royal Rumble has come about, when me and Bubba were in the company, we always had tag matches.
Yeah.
And Bubba was the only one that got into the Rumble when we left. We were in TNA, and then right before we came back to WWE, they brought him in to do the Rumble, and I guess to see if the Dudleys still had it. Yeah, I'd never been in the Rumble. But
Yeah, we
I
got to get you into the Rumble. Come
I
on.
heard I would love to, but then I heard all the hurdles that I got to jump just to go through medical to get me there. I'm just like, yeah.
You're
Now this is
fine.
15. If this was, it's not the point that I'm fine. Is that the point that they got to believe that I'm fine? It's not me. I'll go in there tonight, but
True.
I gotta get them to believe that I'm okay to go in there and do it. I can't pass out.
Is it like a mental thing?
No, like I can see them now. They try to get me to do a stress test,
Eh.
and all of a
She
sudden I
passes
pass out. I just pass out.
You could be like Santino. You're in and out right
In
away.
and out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They would say, "Oh well, Devon, he didn't make it. He passed out." Listen,
That's
I didn't have to.
testify.
I didn't have to have the stroke. I would have passed out before the stroke.
Devon
Having me
for the
do a
Royal
stress
Rumble
test.
2022.
Oh
Yeah.
shucks, I don't know about that. I would love to. Oh, we'll see what happens. Listen, we still have a few months to go, so
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll see. But
Great.
Ricochet, I know we can't keep you. I know you got tons and tons of media and other stuff you have to do. So I just want to say thank you so much for being on the show.
No, this was
It was
great.
an
Thank you, guys.
honor and a pleasure to have you on here. And we hope to bring you back again soon. And best
Maybe
of
after
luck
I
to
beat
you.
Sheamus and take the
I was just about to
United States
say,
Championship.
listen, you do that, we'll
I
have
will
you
get
on the
some
show.
titles back there like you got.
If people want to find you online, where can they do so, Ricochet?
Basically everything, Twitter, Instagram, all of it is at King Ricochet. I'm not even on as much as I used to, but I'll be on every now and then.
There
Excellent.
you go. All right. Well, Ricochet, best of luck to you, man, and the feud with Sheamus. Hope you bring home that title, and I'll definitely be talking to you soon, my friend.
Yes, sir. Thank you guys. This was
Thank
great.
you.
Hopefully be back
Thank
soon.
you.
Thank you guys.
Thank you, Rick.
Thanks, man.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Great guy.
Absolutely.
I like you.
Great guy.
I'm sorry that he was wearing a shirt for this interview, though, Lindsay.
Oh,
Thank you.
yeah.
I'm glad somebody
Lindsay just went.
realized that and they were able to.
Lindsay.
I get it.
Got it.
Thank you.
I'm not gonna lie. I probably would have been drooling too. I'm like, damn, dude, that's not. No. Quit making the rest of us look bad.
I mean, all of these guys that we've had on here.
I can admit, if there's a good-looking dude, there's a good-looking dude, Devon. I'm comfortable enough in my sexuality.
You guys will question why I'm on this podcast.
Hold on. One of the young, I think the young lady, I forgot the name, Cream or somebody, said Ricochet and Devon make Ball look sexy. This
Yeah.
is true.
Oh, so you're just like,
Yeah, this is true.
oh, so he's good. Okay, there you go.
Can't nobody pull off the bald head, even with the scars on the forehead.
Mm-mm.
They can't pull it off like I do.
No,
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 you're so
nobody. Right? Like
No.
nobody in the world.
nobody, not a single.
Vin
person.
Diesel, no.
Not Steve Harvey.
Not Steve Austin.
Steve.
Oh, definitely not Steve Austin.
Okay, all right. The Rock can't pull off what you can pull off.
Oh, man.
absolutely not. No,
Oh,
no.
yeah, no, not.
And if The Rock said different, I'd have to get him back in the ring, and me and Bubba would have to put him through a table again.
Okay,
Okay, all right.
I'll watch
Again.
that.
Again, I bet you would, Lindsay. You just want to see a bunch of sweaty men grabbing each other.
What's wrong with that?
That's the whole sport.
Hold on.
I mean, that's why I've become like a wrestling fan. I just
Now,
like to
why
watch
is
these
it?
guys.
Why is it
Jason
okay?
Statham.
Why is it okay when the women? It's like, oh, what's wrong with that? But then when the guys want to watch, like, what was that? What was that bus with all the girls used to be on it? The party bus.
Oh, are like the Girls Gone Wild?
Girl goes, wow. It's like, oh, you guys are such pigs. How can you watch this?
Well, that's
the
not a
same-
sport. They're not doing that professionally. They're like drunk. and
Flashing,
don't know what they're doing.
flashing.
Flashing boobs
Half
is
a calorie.
Is a sport. Think about it.
You know
Now,
what?
Hold on.
And
you
they
have
were
to,
fine
You,
with it.
you have to lift it up.
Yeah.
And then when the beads are thrown at you at Mardi Gras, you got to be able
Yeah.
to catch it with your head. So that's a
Yeah.
sport. That's a sport.
Okay.
That's talent.
I don't have
And
anything against that.
here's what I'm saying also. When they put the beads on, because they lifted them up so much, they got a couple of beads. And then when you're able to jump up and down, when we ask you to jump, and they jump, and then things separate from the beads that jump at the same time, and you get that look, it's like, oh my God, yes. She has such talent. I love it. She is very
Her talents are
talented.
very mesmerizing.
Oh my God, it's so good.
I can't look away
Oh.
from her talents.
I love Mardi Gras.
I can tell. That's good for you. That's great.
Listen, as far as I'm
Nothing
concerned,
against that.
bead throwing and shirt lifting should be an Olympic sport. They should have that in the Olympics. And I guarantee you, if you did that, you'd have a lot more people watching, especially the male demographic between 18 and 55,
The
maybe
Summer
even
Olympics.
more.
And then you
Is
could
it
like
the summer or
theme
the
it.
winter?
Summer.
Hold on. Well, no. Think about it, because when you're cold, things happen. So for women, so I would say half in the summer
There you go.
and half in the winter.
I was just thinking about themes or whatnot. Like somebody could do like the truffle shuffle from the Goonies and just start like.
Oh, I don't think
that's where my mind went with all of that. But yeah, that's
I'll synchronize though.
That would be awesome. And in 2 weeks, this will be live in person, by the way.
Oh,
Wow.
no. Oh, no.
I just have a feeling the egging on that we do of each other is going to be amplified in 2 weeks.
Are we all going to be like in the same camera? Like
Yes.
sitting next to each other? Or it's going to be a setup like this? Like, so if I
Well-
want to push Devon out of his chair, I could.
Probably, yeah.
Lindsay, here's the
He
thing.
would not get up, though.
I will go on record, and I know it's on the air right now, that if you do that, I will put something in your drink that will knock you out for at least 6 hours, and then I will tie you to a
You
stake.
guys hear this?
I will tie you to a stake outside my house, run honey from your big toe all the way down to the lake, and I'll wait for the alligator to come and get you.
That did not
That's
end how I
great.
expected it
I
to.
feel like you thought about this. Do
I
I have
have.
to be worried about Taylor? Is she
No, she's okay. My ex-wife, though, that would have been a
Oh,
different story.
I'm going to get the same treatment. As
It is
her.
Table Talk WrestleMania in 2 weeks. I like that.
Yes.
We're going to steal that. In 2 weeks, it's Table Talk WrestleMania.
It's going to be so great.
Now,
Yeah.
what we need to do is we need to get Devon to call in some favors to get people to show up, to hang out, like R-Truth to come by
Yes.
just to give him shit,
I don't want to do that, because last time he was on this show, like I said before last week, he wanted to show everybody, talking about this is Devon's butthole. It's like the Grand Canyon.
It's WrestleMania, Devon.
Yeah.
You don't realize what these people do to me. You don't realize how they torture me and how they make me feel like bad.
I wish I had a violin to play right now.
Wait.
And then I wish I knew how
I
to
don't
play a
have one.
violin to play that violin for you.
No respect. I feel like the old Rodney Dangerfield. No respect. I get no respect.
On that note, so we obviously know that you are very much looks, the best looking bald man in the world. Even Mr. Clean bows
Yeah.
down to you.
I'm not today.
I'm
He's all
choking.
choked up.
Yeah.
He's so taken aback.
But I want to see what's going on inside the world's most beautiful bald man's brain.
You don't want that.
Oh, we do.
Yeah, I think we do.
We do. I want to know, what do you think? And then we will then challenge you. What do you think the most misspelled word of 2020 was?
COVID.
Well, you're on the right track. It was quarantine.
I got it
really?
on the first try.
Yeah, we talked about this in the pre-show that you didn't show up for.
Quarantine.
I came on the show and y'all weren't there.
Yeah.
I was there.
And I
Nobody else
told
was
you,
there.
and I told you guys to let me know when you're on.
We
And
did.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, because I got the text, so I hopped on.
You said I'm good to chat if anyone else is on. And when you said that, I got on there and nobody was on.
That's when I got on there.
I was already on there.
You got on the wrong show. Somebody else's chat.
Yeah.
Only
Who
table
else
talk.
you hosting shows with, Devon?
It's
I
great.
I would never cheat on my podcast.
Mm.
No. Oh,
I don't
what a
believe
charmer. What a charmer. All right,
You
well,
believe
spell.
that?
All right, well, we know you're all looks. But what about brains? Spell quarantine for us.
I'm not doing that. I'm not embarrassing myself.
Oh, I got a whole list of words for you to spell. Come on, man.
Hold on. Let me get my phone ready. Hold on.
Hey Siri.
Quarantine. QU.
CORN.
There you go. Hold on. I gotta get
Corn.
my. Hold on.
Tan. Corn
Wait.
tan.
There you go. It's the correct spelling is Q. Why is it picking up what you're saying?
Did you stop? You didn't press the button again?
Yeah, but the phone can't hear Lindsay. Apparently it can.
I got me a Siri or tight.
I can see how quarantine would be misspelled. I can see a little bit. QUARANTINE.
I probably could have put an I instead of the second A or something like that.
I think most people would get the ARA probably a little
Yeah.
mixed up.
Yeah.
All right,
I
so
can see them doing that.
So my state of Illinois, our most misspelled word last year was coronavirus.
I was right on that.
Coronavirus.
So that's mine. What do you think? And you're not going to get it. It has nothing to do with the pandemic at all. Well, it's a stretch, but what do you think in North Carolina, Lindsay, your most misspelled word was last year?
Donald Trump.
Oh God, Scott, is it something like tequila? I don't know.
It's
Sweet
exercise. Exercise.
Because
What?
hasn't had to do it. Nobody
Wait,
does that here.
exercise?
Exercise.
Did they say why?
No, it's just people just don't know how to spell that.
They probably don't know the C's there or something like that.
Well, I'm a horrible speller. I can't deny that. But wow,
Well-
really?
Well, for Florida, then,
It's
Devon,
corn
don't
pad.
ever become royalty. Don't ever become a pharaoh.
That's for Florida.
That's
Why?
for Florida. Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
Is that a word?
Why are
down there?
people looking that up? I don't know.
Florida man?
What about California? Separate.
What do you mean? Are you asking me what's the most?
No, that was the word, the most misspelled word. He wanted to know.
Separate?
Separate.
Oh,
Okay. Actually, I don't know if I know how to spell that word.
All right. So Devon doesn't want to do the spelling. All right. So there goes a whole challenge that
Fine.
Lindsay and I had planned. Okay, fine.
It's like the only thing we planned. And
How many Americans, percentage-wise, Devon, do you think admits to watching porn?
75.
I was waiting for him to say 69. That's what I was waiting for him to say. Nope. Lower.
admit to doing it or
50?
actually?
50?
Admit.
50?
A little bit
25%.
higher.
55.
57%.
Oh,
Really?
interesting.
Yeah.
That admit it.
Yeah. And this is from an adult service that did this survey. So you think the numbers would actually be skewed higher
Yeah.
because of who they are? No.
I'll be honest with you. I mean, listen, I get it. Some people think it's evil or what have you. And then some people will sit there and say that it's not real. In other words, what you see on the video is not how it really happens in the bedroom. Well, think for yourself because not everybody can honestly say that they've made women do the things that they do in porn in their real life. I mean, it happens. I mean, it ain't like some people don't know what they're doing in the bedroom. So I'm not going to say that everything you see on porn doesn't really happen in people's bedrooms. But if a person knows what he's doing, he can make a person.
Devon, can I have your login info for that porn site you're on all the time?
No, because I can
want
only
to do some
imagine.
research.
No, what I do is I take screenshots of it. I take screenshots,
And then I
and
studied
save it, and I study it.
Yeah, that's what you're doing, studying.
Oh, when I was when I was like 18, 19, and still to this day, I used to do that. I used to study. I used to do it as if I was doing like football practice.
I knew it was around somewhere.
Oh,
Damn
there
it.
it is.
Oh,
That's
by
what
the
you're
way,
looking
Update.
for.
Update. Give us an update, Devon.
I can't.
You can't give us an update.
I can't. I haven't read it.
I found out where the book is. Remember, I lost it
Yeah.
at Taylor's grandmother's house, and guess who found it? Taylor's grandmother.
Uh-huh.
Is she
How
hanging on
convenient.
to it?
Hold on, in a room that I had tore up and down to find the book.
Interesting.
No, I ain't 57. I'm number one.
He's in the top 1%.
I'm in the top 1% that would have agreed that I watch it because again, it is what it is, and hey, whatever.
And this is why I bring up topics like that, because Devon will just take it and run.
That's great.
Because I'm the only one I'm probably one of the few men that actually will admit to it. And listen, there's a lot of women out there that enjoy porn just as much as men do. Don't let them think that they don't, because they do. And a lot of them are closet porn lookers.
That's right. You should help them admit it.
Yep.
Oh,
Oh,
you won't ever
Lindsay.
give me your login info.
For
So how-
what? No,
I
because
don't
because if I do, no, my credit card is on there, so I don't want you ordering videos. Like, oops! Next thing you know, a thing comes across my phone talking about
It said free trial.
your receipt is in. Yeah. But we're gonna have fun in 2 weeks. We're gonna have fun in 2 weeks.
or something. Yeah,
Something like that.
It'll be an experience for sure. We got people commenting. Some people saying how much they enjoy porn. We're not gonna. We'll post
No, we
that
don't
stuff.
need
No,
to
go
know.
ahead. This is
But
table
but there
talk.
is
No,
love for you
listen,
and how open you are.
because
It's
why?
almost inspiring, Devon, for how open you are with your pornography.
Because I'm just gonna sit up here and say this. Why? Why pretend that you don't? I mean, that's the way. Why do we have to, you know, pretend like we don't like something when we really do, or why we have to do what society thinks that we should be like? No. If I like porn, if I like to see a woman and a guy or two women go at it, then I want to see it. I don't care. So what? That's my choice. What I do in my bedroom is my business, and what I like in my own crazy mind is my crazy mind. That's my business. If I like porn, I like porn.
You heard it here, folks.
Yeah.
So what I want to continue on with is mentioning the reason he doesn't want to give you his login is because it probably keeps track of everything he's viewed, and there may be stuff in there that are a little too crazy for
Listen,
Lindsay.
I'm going to tell you right now, Lindsay, the stuff that I am into will probably make you throw up or faint or pass out. I'm just letting you know
So
right
you're
now.
like you're saving me. Thank you. You're helping
Saving
me.
you is an understatement. I'm going to tell
I'm
you right now.
seeing.
If you went into my thing and looked at my, what do you call it, the browser on that thing, you would
Yeah.
probably have to go to church and be exercised.
Oh, like exercised or like
Uh,
exercised.
That's all right. You
Exorcism.
can't spell it either way. It's fine. Not in your state.
Okay. Well, I don't want to take that risk, so never mind. Mo, can I have
Nothing.
yours?
Listen, nothing wrong with porn. Porn is great. I think it releases a lot of stress for listen, but for those people that don't have a man or a woman and they need some relief, then that's the best option, and so be it. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. If you there have been times where there's been certain ladies that, people men have been with and be like, oh God, I would never want to be seen in public with these people, but yet they'll wind up laying down with them. And then the hardest part is trying to get them to leave when everything is done. It's like, oh my God, what? Wait, that does not go against my gimmick. Stop that. Stop that, Sebastian. My church is a open church. We don't
Obviously.
we don't sit here and pretend.
We share everything but passwords.
Listen, we don't sit here and pretend like we're heathens or hypocrites. We actually listen. If you ain't hurting nobody and you're in the privacy of your own home and your own bedroom, and again your own mind, feel free to do what you want to do, my friend.
Okay, I like it. If you're not hurting anybody,
Mm-hmm.
have at it.
If you're not hurting anybody or disrupting anybody's mindset or space, and you're within your own confines of your own mind, your
Mhm.
room, and the person that you want to be with, if they're down with that, then so be it. Don't pretend.
I'm glad he added that part. Because we're visiting in 2 weeks for Table Talk WrestleMania, and he'll be like, I'm in the comfort of my own home. I can do what I want.
Yeah, I mean, because if I stand up right now, the whole room turns black because everything is, that. Never mind.
So you're
Now,
not
please
wearing
explain
pants?
that to us.
Are you wearing pants? Not wearing pants. So
I'm not wearing. No, I never do on the show.
Nothing.
Nothing.
There's nothing. Please
No.
do not stand up ever. Nope. No. No. We don't want to lose followers.
I don't know why he's looking around, but that's not a good sign.
I was just hoping Taylor wasn't in backing me to smack me in the back of the head.
Oh, okay. I thought you were looking for a mirror. Be like, see, look.
Look.
Well, if you look at the mirror on the belts and you can see behind, when I stand up.
Oh.
Blocking it.
Oh.
Oh,